my channel. My name's Angela and this is Seven Thread Tales. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing a sewing bits and bobs haul. I didn't know what to call it, so I thought that was as random as the random things that I'm going to show you, so I thought that was the best name. Anyway, I just wanted to also say this is being filmed a couple of days after Christmas, and I know Christmas has been a really difficult and very different time for everybody, and I really hope that everybody has been able to spend it in a way that they've been able to celebrate and enjoy, whether that's because they wanted to have a really restful and peaceful time. Hopefully you've been able to see family, and if you haven't been able to see them in person, you've been able to do that virtually through some kind of media like Zoom or FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever it is that you've been able to do. And I'm just really sorry for anybody that hasn't been able to do the things that they wanted to do, and it's a very, very difficult situation. So I hope that everybody's okay. I'm not going to dwell on the situation that we're in. I want to sort of crack on and be as jolly and happy as possible, so I hope that's okay, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I realise that everybody has had a really tough time. Okay, so on with the bits and bobs haul. The first thing that I want to show you is from a really lovely lady, and she gave me this. She sent this to me. It wasn't as a Christmas present, although it was very close to Christmas. She actually sent it as a thank you, which she really didn't need to do. And it's from a really lovely lady called Lucy, who has just started up her own YouTube and Instagram channel. And I'm going to put the details of anybody that I mention in the details of this video below. So she has started her own YouTube channel, which is called Geet Petite, and she explains the reason behind her name on her first video, which she has shared. And she's going to be sharing all about her sewing journey, and she's been sort of talking to me quite a bit about how to set up a YouTube channel. And I don't have a lot of knowledge, but what knowledge I've had, I've tried to share with her. And I got a surprise package through the post from her to say thank you for the help that I'd given her, which was just so immensely kind. So she sent me a little parcel, which first of all had some bunting, and I'm going to put some pictures up of these bits and pieces because I can't show you this on the screen very easily, but her friend made this for her to send to me. But it's some bunting that has my YouTube name on it, Devon. Let's see if I can do this a little bit. Thread Tales. Isn't that cute? I just thought it was the sweetest thing ever. Now, I'm not quite sure I'm going to put this because it's very, very long. I might, when it goes back to some warmer weather and I can film in my summer house, I might put it up in there and then have that in the background when I'm filming, because I thought that would be really, really nice. But in the meantime, I'm going to put it around my sewing table because I've got a little pegboard, and I'm hoping I can sort of pin it up there and have my name sort of across there, because that would just be really sweet. So thank you for that. She also sent me a face mask that she had made, which is just made from this really beautifully soft jersey fabric. Really, really lovely, with little acorns on in a beautiful teal green colour. And she also sent me a little pouch that she had made, which is just so sweet, and I think that's going to be a really handy little handbag pouch to put some bits and pieces in. It's probably meant for sewing, and if it is, I'm sorry. But then inside were some sweet treats and some chocolate snowballs, which I may have had one or two of them already. But I just wanted to say thank you so much to Lucy, and please, please do go over and show a little bit of love for Lucy and have a little watch of her first video, and I'm sure there are going to be many more fabulous videos to come. So that was the first thing that I wanted to share with you. The next thing is something that my daughter got me for Christmas. Now, this is Ellen, this is my youngest daughter, and she is starting to get into sewing a little bit herself. Obviously, she can't sew as frequently as what I do because she's got lots of schoolwork and homework. She's in the midst of her A-levels at the moment, but she has a little go. And I think she realised that I would quite like some sewing things. So she has bought me in fact, I'll take it out of the box, a magnetic pin cushion. Now, I already have one of these, and for a little while, I hadn't even said anything about this, but for a little while, I'd been thinking, oh, it's really full because I do use a lot of pins, but then when I'm not using them, it's like that, and they don't often stay on. And she'd noticed it as well and thought, I'm going to get you another magnetic pin cushion. So that's really great. And if you haven't got one of these, all I can say is they're a game changer, because if you are somebody that ends up dropping pins and things, this is a fabulous thing to just run over the carpet and pick up all your pins. It's brilliant. So that was one little gift that she got me. She also got me, I might have to take it out of here because it might be shiny on the screen, a little thing to hang up. I'm going to put it near my sewing corner. It comes with a little bit of string as well, and it is a little plaque which says, "Mums are like buttons, they hold everything together." I absolutely love anything that is hearts and anything that is rainbows. I absolutely love, and so this is just perfect. I absolutely love it, and that will be having pride of place near my sewing corner. So that was another little sewing thing that she got me. She also bought me some sewing pattern weights. So this is for weighing, oh sorry, dog wants to get involved as well. This is for weighing down your pattern when you're cutting out, if you're using a rotary cutter, which I do quite often. Quite often I end up grabbing lots of different things. I do have pattern weights, but you've never got enough, and I end up grabbing all sorts of things from around the house to weigh my patterns down. So she thought it'd be nice to give me some new ones, and aren't they pretty? It's got scissors and bobbins and a hand sewing little bird. It's just so pretty, and I'm really, really pleased with those. So another little gift from Ellen. And then she got me a pattern, and I have to say I did ask for a couple of patterns at Christmas, and my mum and dad got me those, which I'll be showing you a bit later, but I actually got some patterns that I hadn't asked for, and I love that. I love that I've got patterns that I didn't go seeking myself, and they are all patterns I absolutely love. So this is the Quick Sew K4138, and I just absolutely love it. I love the simplicity of the style. It's a little dungaree set and a skirt, sort of, I would call it almost like an apron skirt pattern. So it's a full circle skirt with like a bib top, and then the bib top is replicated in the dungarees with some very relaxed soft style trousers, and I absolutely love them. I can definitely see myself making these. However, she did say, I thought you'd love that pattern, but I really like it too, and I'd quite like you to make me one. So I'll be making those for my daughters soon, hopefully. But aren't they fab? I just love it. So that was Ellen. She bought me some really lovely things. I then wanted to share with you something that the very, very lovely Anna from, now she has two names. She has a name on Instagram, which is Fuzzy Baby Seals. And she has a name on YouTube, which is You Got Me in Stitches. And she sent me this really sweet gift. It's a little book which says a lady never discusses the size of her fabric stash, and in it is space for you to write notes about, well, I'm guessing your fabric stash, but actually you could write anything in there, couldn't you? You could write about your sewing plans or patterns and things like that. It's just a little sewing notebook, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing. So thank you so much, Anna, for sending that over. Please do go and check out Anna's YouTube channel and Instagram as well. Again, I'll put all of the details down below because she is just so lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to my other daughter, Katie. She's my eldest daughter who's been away at university, and I have to say has had the toughest time while she's been away because she's been put into isolation 3 times while she was away this term, and I think it's just been really lonely, and I'm so glad to have her home. And out of everything that I've had this Christmas, I have to say that's been the best gift ever, to have her home and safe and know that she's okay. So she got me a couple of bits and pieces. she got me another surprise pattern. I've been saying for a little while that I'd like to make a coat, and she just went and bought a coat pattern for me. She'd heard me she'd heard me talk about Deer and Doe as a pattern company, and she got me the Luzerne. If I've said that wrong, I really apologise, but I think it's pronounced Luzerne trench coat pattern. Now, I'd never come across this pattern before, so I looked it up on Instagram after she'd gifted it to me, or given it to me at Christmas, and it's fabulous. And I have to say, I think I'm going to be making this quite soon. I really love it. There's some fantastic versions of it online. If you want to look up the Deer and Doe hashtag handle for it, it's DD Luzerne, and I'll put that on the screen below so you can have a look at that. But it's just fabulous, and I'm really looking forward to making up a very plain version of this, and then I quite like the idea of maybe making something a bit fancier. So that is fabulous. So thank you, Katie, for that one. She also got me, because she knows that I quite like pins, a Pink Coat Club Me Made badge, which is really sweet. So that will be going on a coat or some clothing somewhere. She also knows that Amy and Ellen are really into sewing and that they keep pinching my stuff. And she said, you're always looking for your tape measure, because Amy and Ellen have pinched it. So she got me a new tape measure, which is just such a really simple but just a lovely gift for her to have given me. And then she also got me, because she knows I'm a complete sucker for a pretty tin. And she said, I know you can never have enough tins to put all bits and bobs for your sewing in, so she just bought me this tin to go with my sewing table to put whatever I want in it. Isn't that lovely? It's just so pretty. I absolutely love it. So some sewing things will be going in there. So that was what Katie got me, which was just so lovely. I then got from my parents the two patterns that I asked for, and I asked for the Nico top and dress, which is by True Bias, and I can't wait to have a go at making some things with that. I've already got some fabric which I kind of had in mind that if I did get that pattern, that I would make the fabric that I have, I'd make into this. So I'm really looking forward to making those. And I also got the Tilly and the Buttons Indigo Dress. Now, I've said about this dress a few times before. It can be a tunic or a dress, and this is a pattern which I have really wanted to have a little go at. I've seen people wearing it, but when I've tried really long flowy dresses on before, I've never really been quite sure about whether they're me or not, and they seem to look quite tent-like on me. But I've seen quite a few people make this now and put ties on the side, and I just think it looks so much nicer because it sort of nips it in at the waist, and I really like them. I think it's much more me, and I think, you know, I've been really thinking, oh, I'd really quite like to make this up. So I did say to my parents, because they were saying, we don't know what to get you for Christmas, and I said, well, it's a couple of patterns I'd quite like. So they bought me this, and I think that they went to the lovely Make 140 in Plymouth and bought both of these patterns, because while they were there, my dad also saw this, which is a crafty pin-up badge pin, and he bought this, and it says, too much talk, not enough fabric. So I'm trying to read that backwards in the screen, which I think is just absolutely lovely and really sweet of my dad just to kind of pick that up for me. I think he knows quite how much I love sewing, so that was just such a lovely thing for him to get, and he probably knows how much fabric I've got as well, which is a bit naughty. So I then had a Secret Santa parcel. I did a bit of a Secret Santa with a few ladies on Instagram. I've just made some really lovely friends recently, and we've all have a bit of a chat and a yap together, and it's been really, really lovely, and we decided to do a Secret Santa. And I received this absolutely lovely parcel, very generous parcel, from a lady called Lena, and I'm going to put her full name on the description underneath where I'm talking now, but I'll also put her link to her Instagram handle in the description below. But she put together this fabulous parcel. First of all, she got me chocolate. I mean, I'm just a winner with that. anyway, so if you send me chocolate, I'm happy. So she sent me a really lovely bar of chocolate. She also got me this beautiful coloured skein of wool. Now, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this. I might have a bit of a chat with Amy. As you know, my daughter knits quite a lot, but it is just such a beautiful colour, and I want to make something with it to you know, to show off the wool and the fabric. But isn't that absolutely beautiful? If you've got any ideas, obviously do share it with me. It's a very thin sort of wool. I'm not very good with wool. My daughter probably will tell me off now and say, oh mum, it's a such and such, but it's just absolutely lovely, and I'm hoping I can get some sort of small pattern that I can put together and show off that wool, that yarn, because knitting is something that I really want to get into a little bit more. She also has sent me a pattern, and it's the McCalls M7415. Now this is a seamless side seamless pair of trousers, which has got an invisible zip at the back, which you can also make into shorts. It has a slightly narrow leg, and it has a very wide leg version of it, and I absolutely love this. And I have to say, I think I'm going to give the slightly narrower pair a bit of a go, because I think this is something I can see myself wearing. But isn't that gorgeous? Really, really lovely. Again, a pattern I didn't go looking for myself, but I really like, and I think I'm going to give it a go. So that was in amongst the Secret Santa as well. She also wrapped everything up. In fact, I'll show you what she wrapped it up in. She wrapped it up in this beautiful, it's bigger than a fat quarter, but it's sort of fat quarter size, this beautiful cotton fabric. Now, I think that this is like a wax print fabric. That's the sort of vibe I get from it. You know, when people put wax on a fabric and then dye it, and the pattern sort of comes through. That's what this looks like. Really, really lovely. I don't quite know what I'm going to make with it. Obviously it's a small amount, but I really do want to use it because I love the colours. The colours are really me. Absolutely love it. And isn't the pattern design in it really gorgeous? Just really, really different. I must just say, and I hope I haven't got this wrong, the lady that sent this to me, Lena, she is from Sweden, so I think all of this is from there. She also sent me a little pack of buttons, which I'll try and show you those. I'll be putting up on screen all of the things that I've been given as well. Aren't they lovely? Just really a natural, neutral colour, which hopefully will go with anything. Sorry, as I was saying, everything was wrapped in this piece of fabric and tied together with this really beautiful ribbon, which will definitely come in handy and I'll be able to use in something. And she also bought this ribbon for me, which I really like this. It's a little heart and it says, "I almost died making this for you." I think that's fabulous. And when I next make something for someone, especially if it's difficult, that is going in somewhere. I just think that's so fab. And the card that she got me, which obviously is all sewing related, which is really lovely. And then she got me some fabric, and I just love this. It's a cotton jersey, and it's come with a card, which I've dropped, which says it's Global Organic Textile Standard. So it's obviously an organic cotton jersey, and it's not something that I would have gone and bought, but I absolutely love it, and I am definitely going to be making something up in that. I've got a bit of an idea in mind of what I want to make, but I'll keep you posted on that as I go. But isn't that lovely? It's really, really super soft, and it's just got these sort of bubbles of colour in it, in sort of maroons and pinks and orange and different greens and navy on a cream background. It's just absolutely lovely. So thank you so much, Lena, for that gift. It's absolutely beautiful, incredibly generous, and I know that some of it is things that you've purchased, and you've said in your card that some of it's from your fabric stash as well. So thank you. I feel like I've got a little bit of you in my sewing stash now. And now I'm going to go on to the last thing that I got. That was from my husband. So he got me a couple of things. He got me one thing that I asked for, which is a Clover Hot Hemmer. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever seen one of these before. I've not used one. I've not seen them in person before, but I've seen them online. And I've seen people using them where you can actually hem your items while ironing and not obviously melt the ruler that you're using. And I just thought it was such a good idea. It's got different increments on it of measurements, and you can do all sorts of different things with it. Obviously, you know, you can use this diagonal line here, you can use the different increments going up so that you can measure and get an accurate hem as you're ironing. I just think it's such a good idea, and I'm really looking forward to using that with the next garment that I make and hem. So thank you, John, for that. That's absolutely brilliant. He also got me, which I think I did actually ask for, or I hinted that I'd seen it and I really fancied it. It is a maker's workbook for sewing. So again, another notebook, and inside this it has a contents, so you can write on there what all the different things are that you put throughout the book. But the first section is a designing section, so projects, and you can put in there your pattern, date, who you've made it for, the size, notes, body measurements. And then on this side you can put a fabric swatch, a verdict. I just think it's such a great idea. Oh, and a space for next time. Such a great idea. I know that I've made things which I've then sort of had to go back on and thank goodness I have sort of kept a YouTube channel or an Instagram channel or what have you, because otherwise I wouldn't know. But I've been able to go back and sort of search through and go, oh no, what did I say about that again? I really want to make that, but was it too big, too small? Did I say I was going to do this, that, or the other on it? And I think this is a really good idea, because now I can actually write it down, and then instead of going back and searching where I've videoed it, I've actually got it to hand. So I love that. I think that's such a good idea. What else has it got in it? Designing. Yes, so it's then got several pages of I don't know if you can see that, a line drawing of a body, so you can design. Now, I'm not very good with things like this, but I'm going to have a little go because I've got the book now, so why not? So I'm going to have a little go at drawing different styles and things on there, but art is not my forte. And then planning, it's got a space for fabric stash, so type, colour, price and size. So that's very, very good. So again, I can use that, and I can use that in conjunction with the book that the lovely Anna gave me. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So the last thing that I've got to show you are a couple of books that my husband also got me for Christmas. Now, I was really impressed actually, because he got these completely off his own back. I had not asked for these. In fact, I'd never even heard of them before. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I watched a series recently on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit, and I want to say that the era was around the 1950s, 1960s. I may have got that wrong, but the fashion in it is to die for. It's just absolutely lovely, and he watched it with me and he agreed. He was like, oh, it's just really nice. Yeah, I really, really like it. And I said, oh, I wish I wore dresses a bit more like they wore in those times. Don't know how practical it would be, but I said to him about it. Anyway, he went online and searched out two books by the same lady, Gretchen Hirsch. Now, I don't know if anybody's heard of this lady. I'm sure you have. I'm probably really behind the times. But he's bought me two books. The Ultimate Dress Book, so you can see from the fashion on there, absolutely beautiful. And on the back, look, really beautiful dresses, sort of a wiggle dress in the middle there, and I just love this. Isn't that stunning? And then the other book he's got me is Gertie's Sew Jiffy Dresses, and I think that's meant to be that you can sew these dresses in a jiffy, and just really, really lovely and very different style. I just absolutely love it, and I'm really impressed with him for getting this. So I was like, oh, well done, dear. And I've had a really good look through them. The patterns come in the back of the books, and there's just all sorts of different pieces of information here on fitting. I really like this dress. This dress shows it with you with a belt on, but actually underneath this belt is shearing elastic. So there's all sorts of different styles, very, very fitted, but some with a bit of an easier fit, sort of a dress shirt sort of styled dress there, but with a very full skirt. I just think they're absolutely beautiful, and I really can't wait to have a little go at these. I'm going to have a proper read through them first, I think, because there's several chapters in them where it's talking about fit and how to actually get the fit for the pattern that's in the back of the book right for you, and I think that's going to be just really interesting to look through and to help me with my fitting and getting everything to be right for my body shape. So that is it. That is everything that I got for Christmas that was sewing related, and I have to say I feel like a very, very lucky girl. So I hope that you've enjoyed that. Did you get anything for Christmas that was sewing related? If you did, please do share it in the comments below, especially if there was something that you found that was really, really useful, you think is going to be really, really useful, because it's always great for other people to have a look at the comments and see and get tips and tricks and advice. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said at the beginning, I hope that everybody's okay, and let's hope that 2021 is a better year for everybody in so many different ways. So other than that, take care everybody, have a really good rest of your week, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!